You know, I gotta say, I wish on no one to have a custody battle like this one. Wow. Anyway, I'm ready to get into my review of the new film, Bull. What's up, folks, and welcome back to the channel today for another review. And today we're going to be reviewing the film Bull, which is going to be in theaters April 1st and on demand and digital April 5th. Now, I've been wanting to check this film out since Fantasia Film Festival of last year. And, you know, there was a little bit of a mix-up and whatnot, but now that I finally got my opportunity to do so, better late than never, because this was good. This was good. And as I jokingly opened up this review with saying that I wish no one have a custody battle of such, man, this story at the very core minimum is about a guy, his girl, and the girl's father and their son. And the girl's father is playing judge, jury, and executioner. And I guess he thought by getting rid of the dad, I guess that would make things better, until the dad returns 10 years later and says, okay, cool, where's my son? I'm killing everybody for him. So that's that. This is written and directed by Paul Andrew Williams, and stars Neil Maskell, who plays Bull. And as I said, Bull had been presumed to have been dead. And that is even a very much of a stretch by even saying that as well too, because not only was he presumed to be dead, he was presumed to have been murdered and died. And thus he returns 10 years later, and he has one thing on his mind: where is my son? Now, he didn't really get along with his partner here, because like, she has a drug issue, and the biggest thing between this is that like, Short and two was kind of cordial with one another, but he already knew that she was a liability. She was getting high, and that was causing, it was making effects on the son, as far as like getting to school and all these sorts of different things. So Bull thought it'd be best if I take it myself and do what I got to do. You know what I mean? Stepping up. Not mad at that at all. But the dad wasn't liking that, because the dad is like, that's my girl, his daughter. I got her best interest always. And like, we've seen the two of them kind of bump heads a lot. And although Bull is kind of, at times, kind of had worked for her dad, and he has a certain set of skills and whatnot, because he's not coming back without at least having some type of prior experience in taking people out, you know what I mean? It still didn't make a difference, because the dad prioritized the daughter, and that's how it's going to be. So he said, hey, if I get rid of this guy, make things better. That way no one can take her son away from her. So, as I say, it's a custody battle, just not in the eye of the law. Well, not the real law, but with the grandfather playing, as I said, judge, jury, and executioner, he figures, well, I'll just get rid of Bull. And to be honest, the grandfather and Bull are kind of much of the same, very much unhinged, you know what I mean? But, you know, the grandfather figured he had to make the decision in terms of what parent he felt was more fit. And he's very biased towards his daughter here. So the film is completely brutal. Completely brutal. It doesn't hold back at all. And I almost want to say it's pretty much cutthroat. It's a lot of executions going on in here. And it's unbiased. Women, older folks, everybody. I mean, I'm not even going to tell you what the grandfather did, which was a complete surprise to me, that I was like, oh, okay, yeah, this is a whole little circle of just crazy folks, you know what I mean? But like I said, it's very graphic. The killings, the punishment, all of it is really brutal. A lot of gore. It doesn't hold back at all. And it's a very solid production. The visuals, and it's very entertaining. Very good pace. You constantly are invested into the flow of things and the story. And while the story isn't nothing but a revenge, it's nothing but a revenge story. You know, it's not like nothing you haven't seen before. What really keeps you attached to the film is just the brutality. Really, a good action. And I think the production, the cinematography is really good as well too. There's a carnival scene that I really loved, with how they shot it and just the acting with it. I don't want to give this one away, because I kind of can see how this was done, but I'm just going to say like how it was shot, the acting with it, and just the lights and how it was done at the carnival. You know, everybody, if you've been a fan of mine, you know I love some neon lights, especially low light neon light shots. And they really brought this very unique scene. To be honest, there's a movie that comes to mind that's done something similar to this, but I don't. It's rare that I see something like this. So I was like a kid in a candy store, like, oh, I love this scene. It was really visually, aesthetically pleasing. I loved it. But you know, with revenge movies, there's really not happy endings in it. We all understand that, right? Like maybe sometimes, but like, no, this was a case of salvation in this one, and I'm going to tell you that the ending will totally leave you with some questions, major questions, maybe make you rethinking everything that's happened in the film. Just maybe. And all I got to say is, to kind of aid you, is like, you got to look at his eyes. His eyes, the truth are in his eyes here. I was going to kind of make that a whole thing, but I decided not to. It would have been corny. But seriously, yeah, there's a little bit of clues within his eyes, and I think that will at least give you some type of relief in terms of understanding what's happening here, you know. And when the film comes out, you know, you can come in the comments and we can talk a little bit about it. I definitely have my theories of my own, but like, just to say, like, the ending, the last 5 minutes of the film, it's like a oh my god, and it's kind of like a wait a minute, wait, what? And you probably not going to be ready for it, because it will have you rethinking some things that have occurred previously in the film. So, but yo, Bull, I heard, is on Rotten Tomatoes right now at 100% with 21 reviews. I'm pretty sure those reviews are going to obviously escalate as more and more people check this out. But for right now, that's pretty damn good, and it already had a festival release. So, you know, with that being said, if this review didn't convince you enough, you totally should check it out. You know, with that alone, the Rotten Tomatoes, the folks have spoken and said it's good at 100%. And I'm here to say that it is as well too. So, but yeah, check it out. Jump in the comments, let me know your thoughts about it. And as always, stay tuned for more reviews very soon.